All right, so I'm here with Glass Cloud. If you guys could just introduce your name and your position in the band.
I'm Chad Hasey. I play drums.
I'm Travis. I sing and play bass.
All right, awesome. So could you guys tell us, first off, just where the name Glass Cloud came from? Like, what does it mean?
Actually, I had like a set of rules or something for the band name before we came into it. Like, we had this idea that we wanted a two-syllable name with like a visual name and something that if you searched it on the internet, nothing else will come up. So like, you know, just like a strategy name that still sounded cool. So Glass Cloud was like one of a few, and then just sounded cool. Plus we like smoke weed, so.
So how does it relate to like smoking?
Well, bongs are glass and you blow clouds when you smoke weed.
Okay, awesome. So can you guys describe how the band came to be, like the inception? How did like everyone meet, and how did it like first get started?
Me and Trav, we grew up playing music together since we were kids, and Jerry, Trav, and I, we all grew up together. And actually, Josh Travis, our guitarist, and Jerry had been like, you know, Skyping and sending tracks to each other and stuff.
Jerry was actually going to join Tony Danza before they broke up, and then once, you know, Tony Danza kind of was, you know, they were going their separate ways, they kind of wanted to do something together, and me and Jerry and Chad kind of grew up together, and we were getting out of music school at the time that Jerry was looking to do this, and he called me like 3 weeks before we graduated and was like, let's do a record, you know, with Equal Vision. Well, at that point, we weren't even with Equal Vision. Somebody just fucked up. We weren't with Equal Vision yet, but we were sending them demos, and they were immediately interested. So we were like, you know, and Equal Vision's like a label.
We grew up like supporting Equal Vision since we were kids. So like that was a blessing, man.
Code 7, bands like that, like Converge, like classic bands. All those started with C. That was tight.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Nailed it.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Aim's man as well.
So so you said you guys were like in school together. Where did you guys attend school, and did you guys meet from Berkeley School of Music, right?
No, we grew up like skateboarding together when we were like middle school.
Matter of fact, when Trav got his first instrument for Christmas, we were all shedding together. In
2001, December 26, 2001 is like the first time we ever played together, because it was the day after Christmas. I got bass. He had been playing drums for a little while. We were skateboarding together and hanging out and
covering like Blink and Newfound Glory songs and like Thrice and stuff.
We grew up playing together, and we moved out together and moved to Boston to go to school together, joined this band together, and just always played together.
Okay, so you guys talk about Newfound Glory, Blink-182, and like I would say that for sure Glass Cloud is like a super like unique sort of style. Like there's not really a band that sounds like you guys. So what kind of influences sort of like form this like unique sort of music style that like is not really in the scene right now?
It really isn't. Yeah, Volumes fam. Yeah. Woo. That's Volumes family.
Hi, Volumes family.
But I don't know. I think that it comes across really as a strange, like, unique sound, because I think everyone in our band is so very different from each other. Like I'll be like in the van listening to like Joni Mitchell or like, you know, James Taylor or like the Beatles or something, and he'll be in there listening to like, you know, like the craziest off the wall like Caribbean jazz project, Tony Gray, like, you know, the killingest like jazz players that we grew up on in school.
We hardly listen to a lot of metal records, but I mean, if we do, it's like something like maybe like we just got off tour with the Contortionists. It's like really good friends of ours, but big you know influence too.
All our favorite metal bands are like our friends, you know. Oh, besides like Meshuggah, Deftones, we all love those like the Killers, you know, like all the ill metal bands and stuff, but Josh is really the only one who ever listens to metal outside the band. I think that's what our sound comes from.
He's always jamming Meshuggah the whole drive, so that's Josh, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so this sort of originality that you guys have, do you think that's helped or hurt you guys when you're trying to get like a major fan base? Like, is it something that stands out? Or
I don't think we were ever like really worried about, you know, reaching a certain type of fan base. We just wanted to, you know, do music that we love to do, and try to stay true to that, and just really push it in the scene, because I don't know, I feel a lot of times like, you know, bands are worried about other things, but and don't really stay true to what they want to do. So that project was totally dedicated to that.
I feel like that'll come about more in our future releases. Like I think that, because when we made our record, we aimed to, you know, to follow like somewhat in the vein of you know, the previous music that our band members were involved with, but you know, and once the record was done, it really didn't sound like that. It doesn't really sound like anybody's other projects or anything. So I think we're going to dive deeper into that now. And I think it both helped us and hurt us to kind of go with a more original sound, because it helped us, you know, because we can tour with anybody really, and it hurt us because, you know, when we first started touring, we're touring with more scene type bands, more, you know, which those are our homies, you know, bands like We Came as Romance, Attack, those are like good friends of ours, but we just do better on something geared more towards like more heavy, more off the wall, not so geared, you know, towards one thing. Yeah.
So you noticed, I noticed you saying something about basically like in the future upcoming release. So what is like in the future for touring, recording for Glass Cloud?
Well, the only thing announced right now is that we're going to the UK with Bless the Fall to do England and Scotland, and
Don't really know after that. It's
very excited.
Yeah.
We have things planned that we can't talk about yet for the rest of the fall, but our summer we kind of took some time off because we're going to finish up a project we're working on that we'll probably start seeing promotion for pretty soon here. I'm like working on the last few bits of my part and the artwork and stuff, so we can start promoting it a little bit, and it's just something to be released sometime in the fall to coincide with our fall tours.
Another question for you guys is, what's the hardest part of touring? What stands out to you as like something that's like deters you from keeping on with this?
And it's really like life in general, man. Like it's like we've been through a lot of hardships we've only been a band maybe a year, and like we've gone through a lot of stuff like most bands don't even see in their whole lifetime, you know what I'm saying? But it's really missing, you know, family, you know, friends at home, and, you know, just, you know, relaxing, doing what everybody else does, you know, when they're at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a
Appearance up in the building, you know what I'm saying? We in here, you know what I mean? Glass Cloud Volumes, you know what I'm saying?
shout out. Give a shout out.
Hollywood, you know, shout out Glass Cloud. Shout out Hollywood, California. Turn up.
All right. Turn up.
Volumes. Lots of volumes tonight.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to have a party at Mars. Don't tell anyone.
Tell us where.
It's in the West Hills. Find it.
The address is.
Okay, so lastly, just could you guys give some advice for upcoming bands? Just like one bit of advice to like give them a better head on their shoulders as they're coming into the music industry.
I would say don't get jaded by like the glitz and glamour, everything. It's really not what it's all like worked up to be. But honestly, as far as playing goes, I feel like just staying true to what you like to do. Do what you love to do, and everything will work itself out in the end.
Also, don't be a dick. Don't be a dick,
Yeah.
man. And be nice to people and treat everyone good, and everyone will treat you good back. And also, be tough, because the weak fall off. Dig it.
All right, well, with that, guys, this is Glass Cloud, and thank you guys for having us.
Thank you for having us.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Later.